What part was it immediately apparent to you, like, this is a game changer, this is working, or did it take some time? Like, at what point did you say, oh my God, it's kind of a big deal?
This behind the scenes truth about Palantir will blow your mind. Check this video out.
Yeah. I think it really did actually take that first 9 months of me trying to really understand it. And I think I was also really, because part of that journey was really understanding how I could contribute at Palantir. And that took me a while as well. I mean, when I started my first days, and like they used to send you out to Palo Alto for like 3 weeks to get training and learn the back end and the front end. I was the only female in a class of 9 engineers. And like one of our first tasks was to set up a server. And I remember sitting there like, they're like, and now you're going to SSH into this box. And I was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, I'm not an engineer. And I had this guy that was sitting next to me and he was like, I got you. Like, I'm going to help you figure this out. And I just remember thinking like, I don't understand. Like, do they think that I'm an engineer? Like, I don't think that's why they hired me. And we went to this happy hour at the end of the 3 weeks at, again, I'm going to probably say at Olds Pro, which you probably remember from your days there, which sadly no longer exists, I don't think. I've heard. Yeah. And
Olds Pro, Nut House, it's all gone.
It's all gone. And you can't ride the bull anymore. They asked me what the questions were in my interview. And they were like, well, when they were telling me like the questions they got, like they were comparing coding questions, as engineers like to do. And like, what did you get? And then they were like, well, what questions?
They don't just hire specialists and expect them to hit the ground running. Instead, they bring in problem solvers and give them the tools and the pressure to grow into their roles. This kind of real world, sometimes tough experience builds resilience and creativity. Palantir's onboarding isn't about sheltering employees. It's about testing and sharpening their abilities. That mindset creates a team that's adaptable and ready to solve the most complex problems. It's a true breeding ground for innovation.
Be in the wrong class.
Yeah, no, I mean, the phone calls to my parents that week, I'm sure I wish they had taped them because they were quite interesting. And then they asked me what questions I got, and I told them, like, and I was just giving them like the scenario questions, and they looked at me and they were just all deadpan, and I was like, what? And they were like, how did you answer those? And I was like, what are you talking about, guys? So it was like, I didn't say they were easy, but I was like, oh, you would say this. And they were just still like slackjawed. And they said, we would never have been able to answer those. And I realized at that moment, and when I had to give a demo and I saw their demo skills, that I was like, okay, I understand why I'm here. Like, I'm going to help this company with the strategy. I am going to help them like talking to customers, because these engineers are really smart, but some of them were just like, they did not, they didn't know how to talk, or they would just, you put them in front of a general or an admiral and they would just, not know what to do.
Different superpowers.
Yeah.
The unique value of non-engineering roles at Palantir. It's not about coding ability alone. Effective communication and strategic thinking are just as crucial. The engineers are brilliant, no doubt, but raw technical skill doesn't always translate to business success. The ability to speak confidently in front of generals or admirals requires a whole different kind of skill set. Palantir understands this, and that's why diverse talents are essential to the company's mission. It's a powerful reminder that innovation happens when technical brilliance meets strategic clarity.
As Shyam always loves to talk about. And I think at that moment there in the beginning, I realized kind of what I could do. It took me a full year to figure out how to apply that at Palantir, really. And then, but there are so many days but I think that time in Coronado, I was like, this is a game changer. There's so much we can do with this. People need this. Like, I saw kind of like what was in place in a way that I maybe had never really thought about on like, even when I was an analyst. Like, this is going to change and speed up like how much faster and better and more efficient people can do with real data. I think it was those days in Coronado that really it convinced me that like this was something. Did I know that it would be what it is? Again, I feel like I was young and probably a little naive. No, but I always believed in it, and I believed in its people.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think there's conviction is conviction. It's not necessarily about the magnitude. It's about the fit and the purpose. And you guys clearly had that from early on. I think that it is amazing to me. We've had a couple of guests on the show who are Palantirians, alums, and to me, the greatest sign of success, even to this day, when you talk about, hey, should I join this company or that company? One of the things I talk to people about all the time is, well, even if the company flops,
conviction and purpose are the real fuel behind lasting success. It's not just about the size or fame of a company. It's about how well it fits your vision and values. Palantir had that from the start, and that's why it continues to inspire those who've been part of it. Even if a company faces tough times, the people who believe deeply in its mission don't just walk away. They carry that belief forward, and that's what builds true legacy.
Yeah.
Will it be a network that you're glad to have invested in?
Yeah.
Like, are there people there that you think are going to be great teachers, great mentors, great colleagues, and potential future founders that you want to work with?
Yeah.
The answer is yeah. I mean, it'd be great if you have both the market and the people.
Yeah.
But hedge if you don't believe, if you don't definitely have one.
Well, you've probably seen, I mean, just walking around here, I was trying to count this morning how many Palantirians that aren't here on behalf of Palantir, but are here in some other capacity, and what they're doing, and whether they're like general counsel at another company, or they're head of, government defense, or they've started their own companies. The Palantir alumni, it's like, it's not shocking to me, but the other thing that I love about it is I love all of them. And I'm so proud of all of them. And there's no, vitriol or animosity. So it's like, oh, you left and went and did your own thing. It's like this incredible pride of like, oh my gosh, you went and started this company that you believed in. And it makes sense because when you were at Palantir, you were passionate about X, and now you're going and building that thing. And, the companies that are backing them, that are just, I think, I wonder about other companies, like when they were in early days. I live in Seattle now, and so a lot of my neighbors are, work at Amazon or Microsoft, and obviously I can only imagine the number of people that have left those companies and started, other companies. But in this space in particular, it's so important because so many of those people left, and then they were like, I'm going to go build something that's also going to do something in defense that's going to, again, protect Americans and focus on, national security. And that, I think, is why we still really embrace all of those alumni, because we're so incredibly proud of the fact that they're continuing what we believe in and focus on the mission.
The Palantir alumni community is a testament to the company's unique culture and mission. This isn't just a group of former employees. They are passionate leaders, entrepreneurs, and mentors who carry the torch forward. It's clear that Palantir fosters a culture where collaboration and pride transcend the individual's role or tenure. Unlike many companies where alumni drift away quietly, Palantir's former team members remain connected, united by a shared purpose. This kind of legacy builds resilience and continuous innovation. It's more than a network. It's a powerful ecosystem fueling breakthroughs in defense and technology. That ongoing pride and mission focus truly set Palantir apart.